I've made a makeshift mic stand. It's where all my kitchen utensils go. But I don't want to clip it on myself because I think I'm going to move around a lot. So, welcome to Tea with LeiLani. So my sister told me that I'm no longer actually making the tea on the videos. So Malia, this is for you. I'm making the tea. All right. This is Strawberry Fields from one of my favorite tea stores in Soho in New York City. It's Sullivan Tea Company. If you're in town, go visit there. It's amazing. So, all right. So while I wait for my water to boil, we'll talk about the subject this month. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. So two things come up for me when I say mental health. One is for me personally. So for my own mental health, I have an almost zero social media and news diet. News I haven't really paid attention to unless I absolutely have to for my whole life, actually. Most of my adult life, I've not really paid attention to the news because there's a lot of chatter. I just hop in when I know I need to pay attention to something because it's something that I have to prepare for, right? And then the social media stuff. So last November, I decided that I was going to mostly be off of all the social media platforms. So in order for me to go in and look at any personal social media, I have to download the app, I have to log in, and then I have the opportunity to go bounce around in there. So Instagram, for example, I'm on it maybe once a month just to poke around, check my messages, and then that's really it. But that helps with my own mental health. And it's not just the negative stuff. I was actually getting really annoyed with all the positive stuff too, of the way I should be, and just rest in knowing who I am, and I don't need the extra noise. It's just a waste of time, to be really honest. The second thing that comes up for me as a leader when it comes to mental health is how I communicate with my team. Email, that's obvious. We have Slack, but there's a rule that I've kept from day one. I do not text my team, and I do not call them on the phone unless it's an absolute, I need to talk to you right now. So I can count on one hand how many times I've called someone on my team in the last year, 2 years even, maybe even 3. And then that way I keep a boundary of not stressing my team out by texting them on a device that they're going to be holding all the time, right? They can control the notifications on Slack, but we all know text, you can get to someone right away. And then the phone call of like scaring the team that I'm calling them all the time, right? I only scare them when I call them when I absolutely need to. The two things that come up for me that I think are really easy for us to do in order to protect our mental health. One, get rid of all the social media. You're gonna have more time to do things that are good for you. And then two, boundaries around how you communicate with your team. Maybe you don't need to text them all the time, and give them that space where you don't scare them with communication and they feel like they have to respond right away. All right, my tea, Malia, see, I did it. My tea is ready to be poured. By the way, typically I'll rinse my tea, but I don't feel like rinsing this one. Depending on what kind of tea I have, I'll rinse it. I mean, depending on brew instructions, I don't really brew it as long as I say you're supposed to. Sometimes it is like a little fish. All right, see you next week.